Someone must have broken my heart, like really torn it apart. In another life, in another life. Someone must have really picked me up, like caused my heart to stop. In another life, in another life. Otherwise, I don't know why I keep coming back to this. Keep fighting all of it. Don't trust that there's love to get. I don't know why, I just can't believe in it. Like somehow I can't commit. Guess I have to admit. Yeah, I got an issue with love. Yeah, I got an issue with trust.
Now you may be wondering why I'm talking into my phone with a sock on it. That is not important. However, what is important is this bad boy over here. This is the JBL 1110 and it gives you a lot for the cash. Now give it a quick Google and you can find this for around 300 quid depending where you look. I round it up because the prices fluctuate from website to website. Sometimes it can be 287 quid and go all the way up to 310. You never know what price you're gonna get. It's always fluctuating all the time. I got my speaker for 287 quid from Curry's PC World. Usually they're the most expensive store to buy from. Don't usually buy from Curry's PCs because they like sell everything at a high price, but I was quite wowed by the price they were offering for a speaker that has so many functions. Now before this video starts, give a like for the algorithm, buzz in. Now let's talk speaker. Design isn't something we should gloss over. Design tells us whether this is quality or just a cash grab, in of which the speaker does not fail to impress. Rotate the nozzle left or right to increase and decrease the volume of your music. The light show function will glow a reddish hue to convey the volume the speaker is at. This is very useful for me at night when I want to see what volume my speaker is at without using my phone. If you press the nozzle twice, you can skip your music forward. However, if you press the nozzle 3 times, you can skip the music back and replay the song. To the left of the music control nozzle, you will see a second nozzle with a light symbol on top of it. Press the nozzle once to turn the light function on and off. This can be useful for when you're using a speaker at night or when you're on your own and you don't necessarily want to be dazzled by the flashing lights that perhaps may be keeping you awake. I like to use this when I'm sleeping at night as it plays very calming rain sounds. You can see a white line below the power button. This tells you the battery level of the speaker. It's not reliable as it counts on you to guess where the battery level is at, but here's a guide. If the line is glowing fully, then the speaker is at 100%. However, if the white line drops down to the halfway point, then the line is at 50%. If the speaker is more towards the end, then the speaker is more towards 20%. You keeping up? Subscribe. Ooh, what was that? There's a Bluetooth icon you can press. This turns on and off Bluetooth. This is useful if you want to play music on a USB stick instead. To the right of the button is the bass boost function. This has 2 levels before it clicks back to the default. The speaker has 2 handles, one on top of the speaker and one on the bottom of the speaker. And this has an orange silicone grip. This helps to make it more comfortable to carry. However, it can be uncomfortable depending on the way you carry it. The entire casing of the speaker is made out of a durable type of plastic. This can help offer resistance to bumps and scrapes. It also has a grill in the front with a JBL logo engraved in the center. At the back of the speaker, you can see a rubber flap. Behind it is 5 functions: gain for the mic, gain for the guitar, a USB port, a twins button, aux in and aux out. So that means the Party Box supports electric guitar input. That means if you're performing in public, you can now have your guitar playing through the speaker and the music of your choice too. So you can show off that talent to the world if you haven't. The USB port on the speaker serves a dual purpose. Firstly, it functions as a 5-volt 2.1 amp port. To calculate the wattage, you can multiply volts by amps, which gives you 10 watts in total. This means that this can provide 10 watts fast charging to your phone when needed. However, there's something that you might want to be aware of. When you are charging your phone, especially if it's one of the recent phones like the S22 Ultra, it can drain your speaker very quickly as it's taking 10 watts from the battery itself. So I would recommend you to plug the speaker in while you're doing this. The speaker is equipped with microphone input ports, making it an ideal choice for karaoke nights, public speaking events, or just simply using your own voice to talk. Now let's talk aux in and aux out port. Now, when I first got the speaker, I was like, how does this work? Because I thought you could just put your aux in with the music playing, and then the aux out would go straight out to the next speaker. So I tried this with my Alexa, and the Alexa came through this speaker, and it was weird. But then I realised, so how I think it's going to work is that the aux in and the aux out is designed for like daisy chaining these speakers. So you get an aux in from one of these speakers, and then the aux out would be to daisy chain to the next speaker, and then the next speaker, and then the next speaker, as it reads the audio coming in and then out again into the next speaker. It's so confusing. I'm still trying to figure this all out. I don't have the expertise, okay? So if there's anyone watching this video that has the expertise on how aux in and aux out works, please comment it down below. But just to simplify it off, I'm just going to say that aux in, you're playing music from your phone, the aux is going into the speaker, and then the aux out, the music is actually coming out of the speaker while the speaker is playing the music into another speaker, meaning you can connect two speakers playing the same song at the same time from your phone without any latency. That's all I got. Okay, and last but not least is the twins button. If you have two of these speakers, you can connect them together through true wireless stereo. Some simplification. My concern about the speaker is that the fact that it could have a bit of latency. Like, my Samsung phone supports output to two Bluetooth speakers. I use this as my main. This will be at the back of my bed, and then an Alexa speaker, and that will be at the front of my bed. So the Alexa speaker will be the voice, where I'll be hearing the voice from the front, and then at the back will be the bass, the rumble, the lows. And there was some latency that I had an issue with. Sometimes I don't mind the latency, as it can give the room an airy feel, like it sounds bigger than it actually is. But sometimes it can be really annoying and echoey. And that's my only concern with this speaker. If you get another one and connect it up via twins, so the wireless feature, would we have latency? Well, there's also a backup feature, which is aux in and aux out. So I think JBL might have thought about that, hence why they've included aux in and out. So now the next thing we're going to talk about is the JBL Party Box app. Now, let's say you have a USB stick and you plug it into the back of your speaker and you're playing music from a USB stick. You'd be wondering, how do I know what music is playing on the speaker? So if you open the JBL Party Box app, it will take a couple of minutes to connect up and find your speaker. Once it's found your speaker, you can adjust so many things with the speaker without having to do it manually. So the first thing that is an advantage is that if you're playing music off a USB stick, you can now see what the song is called, and you can now play and pause from directly in the app, and which I wish that was a function, as that would have been more helpful. But that is there, so I appreciate that. You can also adjust the lights straight from the app as well, so you can customize what this nozzle on top of the speaker can do when you rotate it. So if you want it to flash or go into rock mode, you can set custom presets for this speaker, so you can save it for whenever you're not using the app, as it's directly saved onto the speaker. You can also turn the light function on and off within the app as well, so you don't have to keep walking over to your speaker, whether that's in the corner of the room or across a field. You can do that straight from the app now. Additionally, the app offers the EQ settings. This allows you to adjust your bass, your mids, and your highs. And this helps you adjust your music to your liking and how you'd like to hear your music. If you wanted to know how I like my EQ settings, I like to have my mids and bass turned all the way up, and I like to have the treble turned all the way down. This maximizes the amount of bass that comes out of this thing. As you could tell, I'm a bass head. Okay, let's talk about the most important thing, as this is a deal breaker with this purchase: the battery life. Will this last long? Is there any point taking it out if it's just going to die within 5 seconds of taking it out into the wilderness? Well, I have good news and some bad news. So JBL says this can last about 12 hours. But I think JBL forgot to mention that this is with bass boost off and volume at like 25% something. Yeah, like a nice low volume. But when it comes to outside, you will have to pump out more sound in order to hear your speaker. Now, if it's at full blast, this speaker, I give it about 1.5 hours on a single charge. Yeah, I know. Like, I remember when I was using this speaker to play music and I was using this at full blast, and this speaker died so fast, like within 1 hour and 30 minutes. And I was like, hold up, JBL, you told me I was getting 12 hours. Well, How JBL likes to test their speakers is under like strict ways. They do it in specific ways to get the most battery life out of the speaker, so then they can market it to make the speaker look better. Yes, with the battery life of the speaker, expect 1 hour and 30 minutes at full blast. However, if you have it at lower, you can get longer battery life. If it's at like 50% or 25% volume, you could get 2 hours to 3 hours. It depends on your usage with the speaker, especially if you have a phone connected to the speaker, which will be sipping additional power from the speaker as well, which will just kill your speaker even faster. But in terms of how I've had it so far, battery life hasn't been an issue for me. So I've expected that this thing will last for 1 hour and 30 minutes, as when you plug it in, the speaker gets louder. I like to think that the speaker throttles itself. This is not a definite, but it depends on how you use your speaker. I could be a heavy user sometimes and I can kill this within an hour, but sometimes I can be a guy that uses it at normal volume, low volume, 3% volume, and the speaker can last a while. So this is something that depends on how are you going to use the speaker, how long are you going to use the speaker for, and then this can give you an idea on how long the speaker will last before you will have to recharge the speaker. Now, in regards of charging the speaker, you know how you have a PlayStation 4, right? Some of you may, some of you might not. But the PlayStation 4 uses this AC cable, and this AC cable can fit directly into the JBL as well. So you put that AC cable into the back, and this charges the speaker. So charging can go all the way up to 3 hours. It can take 3 hours to charge the speaker fully, which is crazy. So that's why I would recommend you, when you're not using a speaker, just to leave it on charge so you always have it topped up for when you need it. In my experience with the speaker, it's lasted about 2 hours. But if you're just charging it like a normal human being, the JBL 1110 takes the PlayStation 4 cord that you plug into your PlayStation if you have any. You take that out and you plug that straight into the back of the speaker. Simple as that, and you leave it to charge. It can take all the way up to 3 hours. For me, it takes 2.5 hours for this speaker to fully charge. However, it can also take longer than 3 hours if you're using the speaker while it is charging as well. The thing I love about charging this speaker is how it doesn't come with like a massive power brick. It's just a simple cable, one long wire cable plugging straight into the back of the speaker, hassle free. And to be honest, most of the time when I'm using this speaker, I usually have it on charge. The only issue I have is how long it takes to charge. My solution to this is that when you're not using the speaker, you can put this aside and put it on charge and let it charge. And this will keep the speaker topped up for when you need to use it. Now, you've probably skipped this moment. I know most of you have skipped this moment because I'm adding timestamps. I can see you. I know you have skipped. The next thing we're going to talk about is sound quality of the JBL 1110. And sound quality does not fail to impress. This thing packs a punch for its size. And let's talk about sound quality now. The JBL Party Box 1110 offers an engaging bass experience through its bass boost function, which comes within 2 levels. Bass boost level 1 delivers deep and resonant bass that can fill a room with rich, low-end presence. It's perfect for those who want to feel the music's thump and immersion. The second level, Bass Boost Level 2, takes it up a notch, offering punchy and impactful bass that could be especially thrilling for genres like hip-hop and electronic music. While Bass Boost function enhances the overall listening experience, it's important to note that under heavy load, such as when played at maximum volume, the bass can sometimes distort slightly, affecting the audio quality. However, this is not unusual for speakers with powerful bass capabilities. Now, concluding off this video, if you decide to buy the JBL Party Box 1110, I can guarantee that you won't regret making that purchase. I can even guarantee that if you love the speaker so much, you will end up buying another one of these speakers. And with those 2 speakers, you can now connect 2 speakers at the same time to create a surround sound experience, whether you're watching movies, playing music, or you just want to fill a room with resonance and even more bass. Now, with this sound test that's going to come on next, you will now be able to draw up your own conclusions on how you think the speaker performed, how you think the speaker sounds. And only you can decide whether you want to buy this speaker or whether you want to pass and buy its bigger brother. So if you like this video, could you do a favor? Give me a like, as this tells the algorithm that you've enjoyed my video. This pushes my videos out for others to see. If you really enjoyed my video, why don't you subscribe and hang out and join the crew? as I'll be looking forward to see you again very soon.